Morning, sir. So our group have decided to choose metal for our video assignment presentation. So we choose metals because it can be considered the most important material to mechanical engineering due to their excellent mechanical properties. Like pure metals, titanium for example, and alloy, which are composed of two or more elements with at least one being a metallic element. They have large number of non-localized electrons. That these electrons are not bound to particular atom. So many properties of metal are directly attributable to these electrons. Metals also extremely good conductors of electricity and heat, and not transparent to visible light, such as a polished metal surface has a lustrous appearance. Furthermore, metals are quite strong yet deformable, which accounts for their extensive use in structural application. So these materials are technologically interesting because they can be ductile, which is aluminium, or brittle, which is cast iron, and their properties can be altered depending on the chemical composition or manufacturing processes.
Method and processing. First method is casting. For the casting, most metals are first melted in a furnace. Alloying is done if required. Large ingots are then cast. Sheet and plates are then produced from ingot by rolling. Channels and other shapes are produced by extrusion. Some small parts can be cast as a final product. For example, is automobile piston. Next is hot and cold rolling. Hot rolling of sheet ingot. Hot rolling, greater reduction of thickness in a single pass. Rolling carried out at above pre-crystallization temperature. Usually, series of 4 high rolling mills are used. For cold rolling of metal sheet, cold rolling is rolling performed below crystallization temperature. Series of 4 high rolling mills are usually used. Less reduction of thickness need high power. Next is extrusion. Extrusion is a process in which material under high pressure is reduced in cross-section by forcing it through opening in a die, normally done at high temperature. The two main types of extrusion is direct extrusion and indirect extrusion. Indirect extrusion needs less power, however has limit on load per time. Next is forging. For the forging, metal usually hot is hammered in or pressed into desired shape. Most forging operations are carried out with the metal in the hot condition. Forging increases structural properties, remove porosity, and increase homogeneity. We have two types of forging. The first one is open die. Die are flat and simple in shape. Example product is steel shaft. And second one is closed die. Die have upper and lower impression. For example, product is automobile engine connection loop.
Now let's move on with some application of metals. There are 1,000 types of metal and just as many grades allow for application and uses that are bound only by the limits of human creativity. But in this case, we will only be focusing on the application or uses of steel and aluminium that are most popularly used worldwide while providing a few insights about each specific metal type. Let's start with steel. Steel is a popular building material due to its excellent properties. As for the evidence, over 3,500 grades of steel available today, and almost 2 billion tons of steel are manufactured globally each year. Steel is an iron alloy enriched with around 1% carbon that is generally free from the impurities and residues. Iron itself is said to be stronger than other metals due to its heavy, dense, and prone to corrosion. There is a multitude of different types of steel which provide a different kind of uses. The first type is alloy steel. Alloy steel is made by combining a few elements such as chromium, nickel, or vanadium with iron to enhance various properties. Alloy steel is used in electric motors, bearings, heating elements, spring, gears, and pipelines. The second type is stainless steel. Stainless steel contains high amounts of chromium, and this is why it has 200 times higher resistance to corrosion than mild steel, making it versatile material to manufacture kitchen utensils, sinks, piping, surgical and dental equipment. The third one is carbon steel. Carbon steel is made of iron and carbon, but sometimes with residue of other elements. Carbon steel is categorized into three groups, which is low, medium, and high carbon steel, based on the amount of carbon contained. The more carbon, the harder the alloy will be. Carbon steel is often used to produce tools and mechanical elements, but is best known as a structural building material. And last but not least is tool steel. Tool steel contain molybdenum, vanadium, cobalt, and tungsten as constituent metals. Their high hardness makes them an ideal choice to use for making cutting and drilling tools.
Okay, now I will present about for the second application of metal. Okay, for the second application of metal is aluminium. Aluminium is very useful metal in many mechanical engineering. For example, it used as a window frame in our house. This is because aluminium is very highly durable. For after that, aluminium is used in aircraft component because aluminium have lightweight, so aeroplane not use more energy to fly. Okay, for the last one is aluminium used to build a ship. It used to build a ship because aluminium have corrosion resistant metal. Although in seawater is sucked, the body of ship still can be in good condition.
Okay, now I will proceed to the last part, which is conclusion. And also, I will show a list of all our reference sources at the end of this presentation. In conclusion, metal can be considered the most important engineering material and used as a biomaterial due to its excellent thermal conductivity and also mechanical properties. From this presentation, we can know metal processing involves 5 processes, which is casting, hot and cold rolling, extrusion, forging, and also drawing. We also know that there are many applications of metal, especially for steel and aluminum, which can help in the field of mechanical engineering. In addition, there are some manufacturing that has become current trends in the industry this day. Additive manufacturing, or known as 3D printing, is one of the manufacturing that has become current trends in mechanical engineering nowadays. This is because additive manufacturing adds a variety of materials to create a 3D object, such as metals, thermoplastics, and also ceramics. Metal 3D printing takes the additive manufacturing process and applies it to metal by layering metal powders either with an energy source or a binding agent. This metal 3D printing gives many advantages to the industry. We can see the advantages when we produce metal with this additive manufacturing. The material waste has been reduced, and also the cost of the primary material that used to produce one component is also reduced. So, that is why 3D printing is a resource-efficient technology nowadays. Last but not least, this is a list of all our reference sources. That's all from us. Thank you.